Hi.
Everybody.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. For those of you who have joined us in the past, we always start with a short centering meditation. And let's begin with the sound of the bells. I invite you to stand, sit, or move around with your eyes open or closed. Let's rest in silence as the sound of the bells dissipate.
Escalated here in the last 40 minutes, and as you can see, we are being pushed back as well as protesters and police here right now. Police challenging the protesters. We've seen pepper spray from the NYPD here. Some of the protesters.
Sorry about that, everyone. And I've muted those that were unmuted. Thank you very much. Back to our meditation.
As we rest with the sounds that we hear, as we rest in silence, let's bring attention to this practice. Whether it be to stay present with what's happening right now, or to rest in our awareness as we come into the body. Can we rest in silence in our body? Can we find stillness and settle where you are? Can you open your senses? Sense your mouth. Sense the air as you breathe and as you exhale. Sense your eyelids, your left eye or your right eye. Your forehead, the back of your head, your neck, your entire body, from the top of your head all the way to the soles of your feet. As you open your senses, can you move from thinking to just being?
But not really.
Can we move our attention to our breath? Can you sense the body breathing itself? Can you sense the body being moved by breath? Feeling sensations, feeling vibrations. feeling of being warm or cool, sharp or dull. And sensing your body being moved by your breath outwards or inwards. The pulse of your heart as you inhale or as you exhale. Let's rest in stillness for a few moments. Let's rest in the underlying ease of being. Being here, and as being, what happens to time? And as being, what happens to space? As being, everything is perfect the way it is. Let's transition now to our movement practice with the sound of the bells. Hi. The theme right now will be on moving with flow. John will be here and will show some modifications to a lot of the postures. So feel free to pretty much move and feel with what's right in your body right now. Let's start with a purging or clearing movement. Bring your arms up to the sky with your palms facing away from you. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring both arms down right to where your knees are. And as they get to your knees, bend your knees and bring your arms out to the side. Both arms out to the side. Bend your knees and come back up, straighten your knees. Let's try this once more. Inhale, as you exhale, bring your arms down. Bend your knees, bring arms out to the side, and come back up. Let's do this a little faster. Inhale, as you exhale, come down, and come back up. Come down, and come back up. Again, this is a form of clearing or purging. Perhaps you heard something on the news that was uncomfortable, or just had some stress in you and you just want to release this from your body. It's a good physical practice. Help release anything that may be stuck that's not helping you right now. It's also great for your brain as we have our neurons firing as we move our arms and our knees. couple more. Again, the focus is on the exhalation. You're exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come back up. 2 more. Rest, notice how you feel. Any tingling sensations. Just be with what's arising right now. Now let's bring our both arms to a T position. Your feet are a little bit further than hip distance apart. Bend your knees slightly. As you bring both arms down, bring one arm in front of you, so your left arm in front of you as your right arm goes behind you, and you're twisting your hips. Let's start. Bring our arms down. Again, another clearing movement. This is also good for the shoulders. For providing opening space behind your shoulders, opening up your lungs. See if you can just relax the neck. Bend your knees slightly as you twist your hips and your waist. Focusing on the exhalation. A few more rounds. Let's clear anything that's not serving you right now. Slow it down. Perfect. Now we'll move. Let's see if we can balance on your left leg. As we bring our right leg, and just, you can actually use a chair if it's if you need a little bit of support when you balance. And move your foot and just move it to the right. And then counterclockwise. Shake that foot. Shake your whole leg. This is great for balance, agility. And let's do the same with the other leg. Let's balance on the right leg. Lift your leg, lift your left leg, and just rotate your left foot. Let's rotate it counterclockwise. And shake that leg. And let's have that left leg meet the right leg. And let's do a couple of bounces. You're bouncing from your heel. Shake your arms. Shake your hands. Bring your hips to the right, to the left. Just bringing some synovial fluids to our joints. Rotating, the rotations are really good for the hips. A few more of these. Once again, releasing. And slow it down. And notice the sensations that you feel right now. Any tingling, which is great, that's actually nitric oxide. Now let's bring both hands into a prayer position right in front of your heart. And open up your stance, perhaps a couple of feet apart from each other. A slight bend of your knees. As we come into an inhalation, a pause, and an exhalation. So as we inhale, let's bring our arms, open arms out and to your side. Inhale, pause, exhale, come forward, chin to your chest. Inhale, pause, exhale, chin to your chest. Inhale, open up the lungs, the chest. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release. Breathe in. Pause. 1, 2. Breathe out. Pause. 1, 2. This time, as we breathe in, 1, 2. Let's pause for a little bit longer during the exhalation. 1, 2, 3. One more round. Breathe in. 1, 2. Breathe out. Let's pause for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's take our right leg and bring it to a 90-degree angle. Take the left foot back. Maybe bring the left foot back about an inch away from you. Your back foot intersects the arch of your front foot intersects the arch of your left foot. Bring your arms to a T position. Keep your knee bent. Keep your knee tracking with your ankle. And your knee tracking with the second toe. Inhale, and as we exhale, we'll straighten our knee and bring both hands to our heart right in front of our chest. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, extend your arms out. And exhale, hands back to your heart. Inhale, extend your arms forward. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale. And exhale. One last round. This time, as we come back to our exhale, let's see if we can extend that exhalation. And exhale. Slow down. Let's bring our right foot forward. And let's come back to that breath work that we just did earlier. Inhale, as we inhale, we'll bring our arms out, and as we exhale, we'll bring our arms back towards our heart. Inhale, and exhale, arms back to your heart, chin to your chest. Inhale, exhale. 2 more rounds, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, this time let's extend the exhale as we come back. All right, now let's bring the left leg to a 90-degree angle. The right leg, the right foot just moves about an inch away. So the heel of your front foot is intersecting the arch of your back leg. Your knee is tracking to your ankle, and then your knee tracks to the second toe. As we inhale, let's bring both arms out to the side. And as we exhale, let's bring both arms back to our heart. Inhale, arms out to the side. And exhale, back to your heart. Inhale, exhale, back to your heart. 3 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more. This time, as we exhale, let's slow down that exhale. Let's bring our left foot forward for 1 more round of breath work. Inhale, bring our arms out to the side. And exhale, chin to your chest. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, chin back to your chest. Let's bring our feet together. Sweep our arms out and up. And let's move into a forward fold. Bend your knees. Shift your weight on the balls of your big toes. Let's inhale in place. Inhale and exhale. Let's come up halfway. Flat back, heart forward. And back down to the earth. And sweep our arms out and up. Palms together. Hands back to your heart. Thank you. We'll move now to the Qigong portion of the practice.
Thanks very much. Welcome everybody again. Welcome to the West Coast of America, the East Coast of Australia. Thanks for joining us this morning. And thanks for getting us going there, Mary Jo. We'll start with some neck movements here in the Qigong practice. So I invite you to just move the head back and forth and not going all the way from ear to shoulder. We're just moving in a comfortable 70% degree of effort. Just feeling sensations in the neck where you may feel a bit of tension in the neck on one side, perhaps it's in the shoulder. Notice how the shoulders feel as we come to a 3-point check-in. So it's like a system check, right? So we check, what are the thoughts in our head? What are the thoughts in our mind? Just observing the thoughts. And observe the feelings, the physiology part of the body. See if you can listen to the body now. And begin to make a figure 8, drawing an imaginary figure 8 on its side, if you will, or an infinity side, taking the chin down towards the shoulder and then up into the heavens. Just noticing where feelings and sensations are happening through the body as we come into the system check, observing the thoughts and moving into observing the feelings in the body. Just noticing sensations in the body down through the torso. Notice how the breath is traveling. See if you can breathe in and out through the nose today. Throughout your day, there's some fantastic studies just out recently from Stanford about the breath practice, some stuff that we've known for a long time in the yoga and Qigong world, but now quantified in science, where Nesta, the author, has written a book called Breathe, and they plugged his nose, so he was forced to breathe out his mouth. And the results of that were quite outstanding, or astounding, I should say, where he lost the ability to get a good night's sleep, a full night's sleep. He was very restless. He had issues with his blood pressure. His blood pressure started to rise. And then all of that was inversed the moment he came back to just breathing in and out of the nose. Inhaling through the right nostril gives us a sense of balance and energy. Breathing out the left nostril is a very calming effect, affecting the sympathetic nervous system, the flight and fight response. So really breathing in and out the nose is a wonderful way in which we can bring the body back to balance. Excellent. Let's move the shoulder joint now in its full range of motion. So I invite you to take the left hand, I'll mirror your movements and come a little bit closer so you can see this shoulder movement. So imagine that you're serving dinner on a plate and the hand has a deep bend, or the arm has a deep bend, and we're deeply bent at the wrist. Imagine holding a plate. Fingers come back towards the chest and then internally rotate as we draw the palm up to the heavens, all the way back to our original starting position of the hand at about shoulder height. Let's place the opposite hand to the back kidney and isolate the movement. So the fingers come to the ribs and then swoop all the way up and over. Now, if there's any deep discomfort today in any movement, I invite you to back off or modify. We're here to facilitate you finding what works and what feels good in your body. So perhaps the shoulder doesn't extend too far. Perhaps the hand just comes over the head. Or perhaps the arm feels pretty good today and you want to take that up as far as you can take your range of motion today. Two more breaths. We'll do 6 on each side. Let's come back to the breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling as we come back down. Inhaling as we lengthen through the side body. Palm faces up. Fingers then rotate back towards the ribs. Very complex joint, the shoulder, and this is its full range of motion, which we don't often get to use. One more time, the entire range of motion of the shoulder. So go very slowly, just notice where sensations are. Excellent. As we move with grace to the other side, the back of the hand comes to the kidney in the back body. Taking the hand to imagine that you have a plate, you're serving dinner on this plate with a deeply bent arm. Slight bend of the knees, taking any tension out of the back of the legs. Palm faces up, and perhaps the arm's just traveling to here today. Perhaps it's extending all the way out. It feels best in your body. And stop immediately if there's any radiating, tingling, or sharp pain. Come back into perhaps this meditation that Mary Jo started with, just feeling sensations in the body, sensations throughout the body. Otherwise, moving the shoulder as best we can in this full range of motion of the shoulder joint. Inhaling through the tip of the nose. Exhaling as we come down. Inhaling as we lengthen. Exhaling as we come back down. 2 more. Inhale. See if you can begin to measure things with the breath rather than with time. Wonderful. The hands come up in a clearing gesture, just releasing that last sequence. The fingers point back towards the head. As the fingers and hands come to about eye level, the fingers face forward and palms descend. Very slowly through thick air. Let's begin to lengthen, deepen, and slow down the breath. Hands then come up, the palms up and then down, and then slowly back down. Let's try that one more time. Inhaling. Hands come up in a clearing gesture, slowly down through the midline. The fingers point back towards us. Fingers point away from us about head height. Slowly through thick air. Backs of hands come down on a sharp exhale and There we are. Tai Chi opening. Hands come forward. Hands come back to the chest, palms down. Slight bend in the knees. It feels good to slightly tuck the pelvis, but don't over tuck the pelvis. We don't want to compress the lower spine. Think about lengthening all the way out through the crown of the head in every movement of life. So I invite you to find an energy gateway in the soles of the feet. Think of the soles of the feet as an energy gateway. Spread the toes wide, spread the fingers wide. Root down into the earth and draw energy up the body, out through the crown of the head. Think of this as a moving meditation. Inhaling as we extend the arms. Exhaling as the hands come back towards the chest. 2 more breaths. Wonderful. As we take the hands now all the way back behind us, draw the heart forward, full expression of the heart. Chest gets bigger, heart gets bigger, the palms extend back behind you, all face this way, so you get a better sense of the movement. In fact, you might get a better look at it this way with the light today. Hands come forward on the inhale. Exhaling, hands descend back behind us. Chest gets bigger, heart gets bigger. Inhaling a nourishing breath through the tip of the nose. Exhaling through the nose. I invite you, if it feels good now, to raise the toes off the earth. So just the soles of the feet are on the earth, the balls of the feet are on the earth, but the toes are spread wide, fingers spread wide. As we draw the hands and arms back behind us, see if you can raise the heels. Find a point of focus at the horizon or in the kitchen, wherever you may set that point of focus. And then slowly come back down. Feet touch down, hands come forward as the toes rise. Feel the air between the webbing of the toes. Exhaling, heels rise. There's no hurry. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Heels rising. As an option, it's a fine posture to keep the feet firmly on the earth. If you're experiencing any heel pain or any sensations, deep sensations in the body, perhaps some imbalance today, just feel free to keep the feet on the earth. And it's a fabulous pose, just moving the arms. The arms, the bronchia, are deeply connected to the heart. So we're sending vital energy into the heart. Just by the simple action of moving our arms. 2 more breaths. Tai Chi opening. Wonderful. As we come up in a clearing gesture, once more, releasing that last sequence, the fingers point down back towards you. And then as they come to about eye height, the fingers point away, palms descend very slowly through the head. Variation of the heart opener that we did earlier. We did the heart opener with hands at prayer and then the hands open. We're going to now come into spinal cord breathing where slight variation and a little bit more energy, a bit more vitality is sent through the body here. So I invite you to take the hands out wide. Slight bend in the elbows. Toes rise. Spread toes wide, spread fingers wide. As we draw the arms together, I invite you to make a firm fist and draw the forearms together and the chin tucks into the chest. Option to raise the heels or keep the heels on the earth. Inhaling, toes rise, chest gets bigger, heart gets bigger. Exhaling through the nose, forearms come together, making a firm fist, chin tucks. Heels rise as an option. Inhaling, toes rise. Exhaling, firm fist, forearms together, chin to chest energetically, heels rise. Inhaling, toes rise and pause. Exhaling, we lengthen the exhale, chin into chest for a moment of stillness, a bandha, as the heels rise. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, toes rise. Exhaling, option to raise the heels. Again, it's a fine pose to keep the heels on the earth. Wherever you are today, I applaud you for knowing your own bodies. As we develop self-awareness, wonderful. Last one. Hands sweep up in a clearing gesture, releasing that last sequence. Fingers point back towards you. Then as they reach about eye height, fingers point forward and slowly drift down. As we come into swimming dragon, I invite you to make a interlace with the fingers and point the first fingers together. As we make large circles, the arms here are fairly straight as they descend down to the earth. We're moving the hips, moving through the legs and torso. Hips are moving with the arms, and then the arms drift up to about heart height. In front of the heart, the arms extend, and then bending slightly at the elbows as we swim up to the heavens. The heels raise as we extend long and then slowly come back down. The hands drift down the midline slowly. Then we take the hands out to the left and then extend long through the opposite side. And then begin to make the gesture of the swimming dragon as the hands swim down in front of the head, in front of the heart. Big circles, making large circles down towards the earth, releasing trapped and stagnant energy through the joints, through the mind. Hands then drift up in front of the heart. They swim up as we extend up off the heels and slowly come back down. This time we're moving the opposite direction. So the hands come out to the right and then we swim up to the left, extending all the way through the side body, beginning to make our action of swimming. Nourishing breath through the tip of the nose. Come back to the breath. Notice the quality of the breath as you inhale. See if you can set your focus now, inhaling through the tip of the nose, very specifically through the tip of the nose. Mary Jo mentioned nitric oxide earlier. This is released, the simple act of breathing in and out of the nose. And nitric oxide is responsible for regulating the heartbeat, helping with regulating carbon dioxide levels in the body. So we swim up, heels raise, exhaling, hands descend slowly down. So we swing the arms out in one direction and then over in the opposite direction, getting a nice side stretch. Once more, swimming down, the arms descend from the heart down towards the earth, and slowly swimming back up. Heels raised perhaps. Slowly the hands descend down through the midline on the exhale. As we clear that last gesture, hands ascend up to the heavens, slowly back down. We come to turtle drink. You guys may be familiar with turtle drink, where we place the hands on the hips, and I'll face this way so you get a sense of the movement, where we are bending from the hip crease rather than from the mid-back perhaps. There's a tendency to try and bend from the mid-back. See if you can keep the back as one unit. as we take the head no lower than the heart, as we bend from the hip creases. Slight bend in the knees. Chin energetically comes into the chest. Holding with the chin to chest, we stand tall and then unfurl the neck. Exhaling as we descend, chin energetically into chest. Standing tall, we slowly unfurl all 7 vertebrae of the cervical spine. Bending once more from the hips, keeping the back as one unit. Chin energetically to chest. For a moment of bandha, a moment of stillness. Then release the neck. Let's introduce the breath. Come back to inhaling through the tip of the nose, exhaling as we descend. There's a pause with chin into chest. Inhaling as we slowly ascend up, releasing the neck. Exhaling as we fold forward. See if you can find a nice wave through the spine as we mobilize the thoracic and cervical spine. Coming up in a clearing gesture, we're going to make a slight modification or another way of finding that same sensation. By just placing the hands now in front of the thighs, slight bend in the knees. And we're finding that same movement throughout the body. So we're coming forward, the hands are just resting in space above the thighs. And we're finding a wave through the entire spine now. See if you can release through all 24 vertebrae of the spine, all the way up from the cervical spine through the thoracic, down to the lumbar spine. Starting with the cervical spine as the head comes forward no lower than the heart. Finding that chin into chest and releasing. And finding a nice wave through the body. Wonderful. As we come up in a clearing gesture, just clearing that last movement. Hands come back and then forward as we come down. Let's try that one more time. Inhaling, arms, fingers point back towards you. Fingers then point away, palms drift out. Wonderful. And releasing. So as we come into very energetic practice, when we draw from the penguin, as we take the thumb to middle finger, so thumb to middle finger, and there's a deep bend at the wrist, the knees come together as we make a firm fist down, firm fist up, spread fingers wide, exhale and release. Doing 7, thumb to middle finger, firm fist down, firm fist up, spread fingers wide, eagle claw, and exhale, release. Thumb to middle finger, firm fist down, firm fist up, spread fingers wide, exhale, release. Coming back to the breath, inhaling, thumb to middle finger, pausing with the fist up and in eagle claw, exhaling, pushing out to the far horizons, extending and releasing. Two more. Feeling some heat generating now in the sea of yang in the back body, in the legs, getting some strengthening. So we gather energy and vitality through the system. Wonderful. As we release the arms down, just roll the shoulders a few times. Well done. Thank the arms and shoulders for doing all that work. As we roll the shoulders up and back. And then in the opposite direction a few times. Then isolating one shoulder at a time, rolling each shoulder back individually. I'll just do a quick time check here. I know it's a beautiful day out there. We've got 5 minutes since we come into our final sequences. Well done for staying and really moving the body and finding this practice which has got so many benefits to offer. And it's a wonderful supplement to any medical practice you may be doing or medical science. As we come into archer pose, I invite you the legs a little bit wider, coming into horse stance, if you will, or kibahach in the dojo, or goddess stance in yoga. Slight tuck of the pelvis. Inhaling, the arms sweep up to the left. We're taking the front hand across the chest, and we're finding a point of focus right over the top of the first finger. Inhaling, both arms descend down. Exhaling as we feel dynamic tension drawing across the heart. We set our focus right over the first finger. Steady mind, steady body as we come to a moment of sattva, a moment of clarity as we look right over the tip of the first finger. Inhaling as the arms come up to shoulder height, imaginary bow as we draw it across the heart. Chest gets bigger, heart gets bigger as we set our focus right over the first finger. Moving with your breath. Perhaps you're lengthening the exhale a little bit longer than me as we draw the bow across the heart. Perhaps you're moving a little more vigorously today, inhaling a little more sharply, a little more energetically, and exhaling a little more energetically. Whatever feels good in your body. Just noticing what the breath is doing. Now it's traveling. Last one. So we come up in a clearing gesture, releasing that last movement, fingers point back towards you at eye height or eye level, fingers face forward, slowly coming down. Wonderful. As we come into chi smoothing, coming into that position of thumb to middle finger. Thumb to middle finger, the arm is at shoulder height. The right hand is descending down through the midline and releasing trapped and stagnant energy out through the eye of the palm. Think of the eye of the palm, very big energy gateway in Qigong, releasing trapped and stagnant energy. As the arm comes up to shoulder height, thumb comes to middle finger, that triggers the other arm to come down through the midline, very slowly through the thick air. Ascends up to shoulder height, thumb to middle finger, opposite arm comes down through the midline. I'll face this way in the opposite direction so you get a sense of the movement. Smoothing all of the energy within us and smoothing the energy around us. Hands come up in a clearing gesture, releasing that last movement. So we come into final release. Just bending deeply at the knees, elbows, arms are relaxed and just wave behind you to release any tensions of the week. trapped and stagnant energy in the body, the root of all disease. Perhaps the heels slightly touch down as we take the arms and extend them up, heels touch down. Sharp exhale now as we release on the bending of the knees as the arms descend. Then slow it down. Make the moves less big, more gradual. Closing the eyes, perhaps feel the arms like reeds of grass blowing in the wind, just gently moving. Perhaps now just the wrists as the arms come towards stillness. The left hand comes in front of the right hand making a fist, a sign of peace, a sign of goodwill as we bow towards one another, thanking each other for taking this journey to nourish the mind and body and all those that support our practice. Thanks very much. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend.